the only visualization video you ever need to watch. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the fundamentals of learning how to visualize your desire and your goals. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the fundamentals because in life, if you want to learn a skill, we have to understand the fundamentals and then start practicing it. And the more and more we repeat and we practice these techniques, the better we get at it. But first, we need to understand how it all works. And in today's video, I came in the middle of nowhere, literally in the nature, and I haven't uploaded video in a while. And we're bringing on the videos back again because I've been pretty passionate about mindset, and I want to be helping as many people as humanly possible to make a massive impact when it comes to learning about our mindset, how we can rewire our mind and be able to achieve our biggest goal. So if you haven't already, click the like button, hit the subscribe, and I'm just gonna jump into this video. So the way visualization actually work, you have to understand that our brain has two parts. So we got our conscious mind and we got our subconscious mind. And our conscious mind is only 5%, right? The 95% is our subconscious mind. In order for us to change our life, we have to almost change our identity. We have to upgrade our identity. And we have to, the way we actually do that, because our conscious mind, it's like our thinking mind. So it speaks the language of basically English, or the language that we speak. So for example, you start talking and that's what it ideally understands. Whereas subconscious mind, it's image and emotion, right? So in order to do visualization, we have to understand that the language of subconscious mind is a bit different. So we have to rewire our brain. We have to understand the fundamentals before we apply it. So the only way that we are able to reprogram our mind is through repetition. And you have to keep visualizing what you want, not what you don't want. Because a lot of the time we are manifesting things that we don't want. We are manifesting, expensive bills, that I can't pay my bills, or what if I fail, and all that sort of stuff. So we have to really, really get rid of those limiting beliefs because they are unconscious. So you're not aware of them. So you have to raise your vibration and be in a high vibration state for things to change. And in order for things to change, you have to be thinking, you have to be feeling, and you have to be acting as your best version. So the way my teaching actually goes is that I look at your current situation, where you're currently at. This is your current identity. Then I look at your 2.0 version. This is where you want to be, right? To reach your goal. Let's say you're making 10 grand a month and you want to scale to 100 grand a month. So that 100 grand a month version of you is thinking, is feeling, is acting on a different level, right? So you want to be operating your business, you want to be operating your life as that version. But that version isn't in your reality right now, right? That's what is in most cases. So how are we able to quantum leap? How are we able to move from A to B? So through the power of visualization, we want to have a connection with our 2.0 version. We want to have connection with our best self, right? So you can't do that without knowing who that identity actually is. So I want you to actually list out who that person is. How do they think? How do they feel? How do they act? And when you do those visualization techniques, you are actually seeing and acting as if this is real. And in order for visualization to be powerful, you have to go to the alpha state. So the alpha state is essentially you are in a deep hypnosis state where you're in a deep hypnosis state, essentially. So, and we do this through visualization. When we do 3 minutes, 5 minutes, ideally 5 minutes, right? Commit 5 minutes a day to visualize your desired goal and acting as if it is real. Stay with that feeling, stay with that vibration, because when you do, things start showing up, right? And have you ever thought of your friend or thought of someone and they rang you, you see them in public, it's the same thing, or they message you, right? is because we are operating on a vibration, we are operating on a frequency, right? So we have to be operating on a high vibration state. In order for our situation to change, instead of thinking, let's take an example of you're making 10K a month, you're running an agency, and maybe you're at 50-60% profit margin, and you feel like, oh, I'm only making 5 to 6K a month, it's not enough, right? I want to scale to 100K a month. But your 100K a month version isn't, trying to do everything themselves. It has a lean team, it has a productized offer. That person is talking to high value clients that are, on 6 months contract, or, they're paying really well, they're premium. They're not just chasing the next, paycheck. They're not living paycheck to paycheck. They build a system, right? They build a SOP, they have a lean team, they have step-by-step in terms of operation, sales, onboarding, different ways to basically generate leads. So they're thinking, they're feeling, they're operating, they're acting on a different frequency. You may not be there yet, right? But you need to start thinking, and you need to start feeling and start acting as if you're already there. And you start systemizing your business the way your 100K per month would do. So you have to almost like create this persona of your future self or future version, and create this version, right? Like avatar, and know exactly what time they wake up. How do they operate their business? How are they, spending their time on the weekend, on a weekday, the day-to-day operation, their belief system, their characteristics, their all that sort of stuff. You need to know in detail, right? This is why alchemy of self exercise is powerful. And sometimes with alchemy of self, people do that, and they don't really, subconsciously, they don't really believe it. And which is why you need to do those visualization. And the more you do them, the more that you make them powerful in terms of like crystal clear. You see it, you see that number of client, you see that, money coming into your bank, that exact amount, these detailed crystal clear images, right, of your desired outcome. The better. We have to rewire our mind, because our mind 80% or 90% of the time is operating on a scarcity mindset. We are just thinking about things we don't want, and we end up keep attracting them into our life. And we wonder why our situation isn't changing, why our outreach or ads or whatever funnel or people we hire isn't, like, they're leaving, or they're costing us a lot of money, and we're back to the same revenue, right? And we wonder why, because we have to upgrade our identity. We have to. It's a must for us to become our 2.0 version. It is a must for us. This is the minimum standard that we set for ourselves. $3,000 a day is required. It is a must. You might be making $3,000 a week. Make that $3,000 a day. How can we do that? You have to start thinking outside the box, right? And you might be sending 10 outreach a day. Why not 10x it, right? Why not 100 outreaches a day? You're spending $10, $20 a day on ads. Why not $100 to $200 a day on ads? You are using 1 or 2 ad creative. Why not 10, right? So those people who are at 100K per month, they are thinking and feeling and acting differently. They're moving differently. They start uploading content maybe 6 times a day. This is what I'm doing with my Instagram, right? So 6 times a day. Let's just push it, right? In terms of like reels. And potentially I want to do this YouTube channel content as well more. So I'm thinking, okay, how can I post weekly? But I have to be really thinking, how can I do this daily, right? How can I reach and impact more people, right? For those of you who are watching. So you have to start thinking bigger. You have to take more responsibility. You have to set the minimum standard higher. The reason you're stuck or plateaued because you feel good. You're like, okay, I'm happy with where I'm at. Which you have to be happy, but you have to keep striving or wanting for more. And it's either like your business is growing or it's dying, right? Deep down, you want to do this. But again, it comes back to rewiring our subconscious mind, because in order to rewire our subconscious mind, we have to program our conscious mind into believing that the thing that we actually want or desire is already here. So this is an exercise. You can do this. I want you to learn the fundamentals. So what I want you to do is actually close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath in. You just take a deep one, and one more time. And then when I say the word sleep, and I want you to make sure that you're not driving, you're not operating any dangerous equipment, you're not chewing gum or anything, spit it out. If you are, just be sitting in a chair. You could do this while sleeping, but I would recommend sitting in a chair. And I want you to go in a deep sleep mode. And when I say 3, 2, 1, deep sleep. So let loose of your head. So your head's tilting down a little, just like this. And you're closing, your eyes are closed. You cannot open your eyes. Make sure you cannot. And I want you to see yourself in the best shape of your life. I want you to feel it. I want you to feel with every cell of your body, this is the exact physique that you truly, truly want. You waking up early in the morning, whether that's 6, 6:30 or 7:30 even. I prefer 7:30. So you're waking up, you're full of energy, you are feeling it, you completely feel it, right? Who's next to you? The person you love, the work setup that you got. You check your bank account, and there is a lot of money in there. There is close to even millions of dollars in there. You just see it, you just feel it. If your goal is to make 100 grand a month, you see it, you feel it. You see all your payouts, Stripe payouts and things like that, the money coming in your bank. You jumping on a sales call, drinking your coffee, you see it, you feel it, you be present with those things, right? Now go check out your car. What kind of car you're driving, right? See it, see the key, putting it in, starting up the car, essentially. So I want you to see it. I want you to be with that experience. How does it feel? Look around you. Look at the steering wheel. Look at the button. For example, if it's your supercar, you're pressing the start button. Feel it, right? Act as if it's already here. And now you're going back to, maybe you're driving to the gym. You're training. You're in the best shape of your life. You're coming back, you're doing some work, and you see the amount of money you make that day. In your case, if it's 100 grand a month, you see 3 grand easily coming in today. You see it, you be with that feeling. And I want you to slowly come out of this now, slowly come out and open your eyes. So this is how visualization technique is. So you can tailor it to your goal. And the more you do this, I recommend doing this in the morning and before bedtime, right, at nighttime. So the more you do this, the more you practice it through repetition, you create these mental images. And the thing with subconscious mind is it doesn't really know the difference between what is real and what is being imagined through repetition. So the more you repeat this visualization technique, the more you feel it, think, feel, act, and operate on this frequency, the better, because the ideas will start flowing. The ideas that you never knew existed, the opportunity that you never knew existed will come to your mind because you kept practicing this. And I need to do this practice myself more and more, because there are times I do it and then get a little bit inconsistent, and that is not good, because we have to stay on this high vibration frequency. So make sure you keep practicing this exercise. Make sure to really identify who that future version or 2.0 version actually is. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe, hit the like button for more. I actually put together a little community for people who want to learn this stuff, follow step-by-step plan, and create like an accountability where we share wins, we see how we can actually help and assist you. I'll link them all down below on this YouTube channel, and I'll look forward to speak to you on the next one. Peace.